Hey, what's happening, people? It's all over. Today's the day, or rather, it's the countdown to the end. R.I.P. Multiversus, one of the most interesting Smash Brothers clones of all time. But this is something for the future. Okay, never ever call yourself. Sorry, I'm laughing. 1 sec. I had this whole planned out. Never call yourself a Smash killer if you yourself are going to die. Oof. I was working that one out when I was eating my dinner. I had a wonderful dinner tonight. It was really good. So make sure you guys log into Smash Brothers. Wow. 1 sec. Make sure you make sure you guys log into Multiversus one last time so you can activate, quotations, the offline mode. Lols. I'm serious, like, how many companies, right? How many companies have said, hey, what? A topic video for me? I don't want to talk about Multiversus. Okay, write it down on my phone and I'll look at it later. I'm not telling anybody anything. I don't even think I need to make a YouTube short tonight. This thing is killing it. Okay, yeah, just send it to me. Okay. This is totally professional, by the way. This is what happens when you live with a wifey. Uh-huh. Probably. I tend to do that. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't log in, you can't play it. So log in. Do it now. All you fools. Nice people. Log into the game now. And it should do it. If I'm wrong, I mean, well, you won't be able to play online anymore after tomorrow morning. So, I mean, you know, we're going to get some matches in. We're going to have a good time. We're going to reminisce, and we're going to talk about how Warner Brothers continues to fumble. Fumble. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate that from Remnant Star. Haven't seen you in a while. Evening K-Wings, hope things are going well. If not, I hope you know that the good Lord will be with you both. Yeah, things aren't well, actually. Amber's got a job now. The channel is listing. It's not dead yet, but it's listing. May was the roughest month we ever had, and we're trying to do a marathon stream for memberships and super chats at like 9 o'clock on the 31st. So we're not... We had a couple ultimates that couldn't renew, so we're in a pickle. So whatever you guys are able to do for super chats or memberships, whether it's $5, $10, $2, we need whatever revenue we can get in the next, not even 3 days anymore, 2 days. Other than that, we're fine. We're celebrating our 19th wedding anniversary June 3rd. So we're still married, still living in the same place. We have 2 cats. We do 127 live streams a month. Something like that. So we're always active. And I just got off, like, I had 2 4-hour live streams today already. So I've already done almost 9 hours of live streaming. And it was like 4.5 hours each or something like that. But I'm not done working yet, so. Oh, what is going on, Riffs? Season 5, all closed. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Season 6 is a glitch. Well, let's look at the Battle Pass one last time. So is the Battle Pass just going to disappear for me? Oh no, I never got the bunny. Well, in my defense, nobody was watching the Multiversus streams anymore. This game already died 3 months ago. I'd be honestly surprised if there's anybody still here. But the thing is, I'm a man of my word. So people said, hey, K-Wing, are you going to stream on the last day of Multiversus? It's like, yeah. Yeah. provided the last stream that I did of Multiversus got 1,000 views. I'm a man of my word. I said, yeah. So I saw they got 1,000 views. Here we are. We're having a farewell party to Multiversus. Game that had so much potential squandered by greedy corporations and poor decisions. And old man Aquaman. It's his fault. Everybody blame Aquaman. This is what I don't understand, okay? I'm going to rant, because I think I'm allowed to. Why in God's green earth, okay, would you, in clear conscience, announce the death of your game, remove all of the microtransactions, right? When your game isn't even going to die until the summer. Like, who does that? You had you had an entire 3 months, not to save the game, but to continue to milk content, right? You had like 3 to 4 months to milk content, and you done screwed it up. And the people that actually were purchasing the skins, you didn't give them the ability to. So you basically killed off your revenue source immediately. And people were shocked. They're like, why did the player base drop so much? It's like, what are you going to do in the game? The battle pass is stupid. You got Lola, but I mean that's not fun. Lola, where's Looney Tunes Lola? She's not here. Enter the arena opens in what? 4 days? Yeah, I don't think so. Wait, Lola came back? Valentine's came back? That's weird. Valentine's already happened. Unranked. Ranked rewards. There's nothing here anymore. Yeah. It's nothing. They killed their game. I thought I saw, like, on Steam, there was a total of 10 players left, like, what was it, like, 4 weeks ago? It's just, this game needs to be a life lesson to people, you know, like, why? It's one of the biggest, like, marketing blunders I've ever seen Warner Brothers commit. It is one, it's one of the funniest blunders that I've ever seen a game company make, minus the just absolutely horrible marketing and game of Assassin's Creed Shadow. Like, these two games, Assassin's Creed Shadow and Multiversus, are some of the biggest company blunders in 2025. Easily. Should have made the thumbnail as a guy doing... Well, I mean, I wanted to show Sad Batman. Why not show Sad Batman? I think that's fine. I think showing Sad Batman was fine. So, how do I know that I have the... Now I'm concerned. We're going to log off again and log back in and see if it, like, activates the local, or whatever it's called, the offline mode. Because I paid top dollar for this game. I don't want it to just disappear. I don't want it to disappear the way Player First Games disappeared. But here's the thing. All these people, not just grifters, just people in general, they were saying, hey, you know, Player First Games was a activist company, so it's good they closed. It's like, no, they weren't. It's like, did you see the character models? And character models that would be for activists would be like Concord. Or that new, like, oh, what was the name of the game? Dustborn or something like that. Something where the characters look hideous. They actually went out of their way to make sure that both men and women were represented equally in Multiversus. That's not an activist game. If this was an activist game, everybody would look dog ugly. You know? The men, for whatever reason, would look amazing. The women would look like, you know, they were hit with an ugly stick. So no, I don't agree that Player First Games should be, like, added to the graves of the activist companies that closed down this year. I don't believe so. I think that they were a very fair company. I think they made poor decisions when it came to character rosters and some of their decisions, but I don't think that they were driven in the ground because of activism. I followed a lot of them on Twitter. They weren't crazy. Some of them didn't agree with me politically, and that's fine. But they weren't grandstanding, you know. I watch from the shadows a lot of game developers wilding out all the time. Player First Games didn't do that. Tony was a little eccentric when it came to, you know, his claim of power, but you know, all around, the people that worked on this game were just normal people. So I don't agree with. I saw a bunch of grifter people talking about Multiversus, like, I think it was like 3-4 months ago, and they were saying that's what you get for being woke and stuff. It's like, where? It's like the character models all look fine. All the females look fine. You know? I don't agree with that at all. If that was the case, then, you know, these characters would have turned into what happened with Pokemon Go. Like, they would look all androgynous and gross and whatever. They'd look very man-like, not feminine at all. All the women in this look fantastic. So I don't agree. I don't see that. I think the reason why the game was closed down is because of poor handling of the company, bad marketing. They had really bad marketing, poor character decisions, bad microtransactions that fans didn't want to support. Like, they gave us the ability to buy stuff, but most of the stuff that we had to buy was all garbage. Like, every once in a while they threw us a bone, like, oh yeah, there's something really cool. But for the most part, this right here, this is stupid. Like, why would anybody pay for this? Like, honestly, you tell me. Why would somebody want to spend their hard-earned cash to essentially wear a t-shirt, right, from, like, Gotham City Outlaws? Like, why? Why would you... This was more expensive than this. Look at how much expensive that was before they slashed the price. Gotham Guardian Batman t-shirt thing. This was a stupid decision. Instead of giving us... Thank you. Instead of giving us a Gotham by Gaslight skin, they gave us Batman wearing a t-shirt. So it's these types of decisions that were moronic, and it led to the death of the game. Because when this game came out in its beta form 2-3 years ago, whatever, they gave us good stuff. You know? They did. They gave us some really cool skins and things like that. But like this final season, when the game came back in last year when the game came back, they had a lot of stupid things. Literally, they had giant sharks on their heads. Like, why? Why would you have giant sharks, right, on the heads of the characters? That's stupid. Like, I understand David Zaslav and his, Zaslav. We're all laughing at you now, David. Not sorry. But I mean, look at this. Instead of actually getting character skins based on some of your favorite episodes of your, you know, Warner Brothers shows and all this other stuff, they gave you things like Shark Cat. See? You want a shark to be biting, you know, pay 500 of your Gleamium for something like this for Garnet or something, you know, instead of like actually authentic costumes. Same thing with Bugs Bunny. You know, instead of giving you like a really cool like Matrix thing. Sorry, that's not the Matrix skin. Where's the Matrix Bugs? Bugs got a Matrix, didn't he? We'll use Tom and Jerry, for example. So instead of giving the ability of having Tom and Jerry dress like cosplay like Neo and, you know, Agent Smith or something like that, you turn them into binary code. You know? They had all these great potentials of characters and costumes, and they just, like, threw them to the wayside. And so, you know, I'm not surprised that this game didn't last a year, really, because they essentially killed it off in January. Less and less people played it. There was a lot of poor stuff, but no, I don't think that this should be added to the growing pile of closed activist games. You know? Those studios, they played themselves because they had... nonsense in their games. This game was for everybody. This game had something for everybody. And that needs to be applauded. And we need to see more of this in the game industry. We really do. The character models, the people who are the artists of this game, they did a fantastic job. Even Aquaman looks great. Even Aquaman looks good. You know? The artists had I don't know, they had one job and they nailed it. Like, most of these characters look literally like they were ripped right out of Cartoon Network. You know? They're really great models. So, yeah. It didn't get the Pokemon Go treatment at all. This is the last DC game we'll have for a few years. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yep. Because, like, there's lots of games in development and things like that that are just, like, all messed up. 100%. Alright, let's advertise this. We're gonna go freak some people out on the internet. Here we go, ready? We're just gonna type, "It's over," with the picture and a link to the live stream. I'm evil. It's over! And put the thumbnail. And of course, those of you here know it's the end of Multiversus, so. But Clickbait wins the internet.
Yes, a new member.
Clickbait wins the internet. It's all about the clickbait. That's how every channel grows, by the way, is clickbait. Whether you're a shadow ban channel like me, hello, or you're a big channel like Mr. Beast, everybody clicks on clickbait. Because, as the old saying goes, an honest salesman starves. If you're too honest, you have what's known as bad packaging on YouTube, and YouTube's algorithm is like, you suck. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to promote you. We're not going to do anything. Your video is just going to die on the YouTube algorithm. So, try not to be so mean to a lot of your, content creators you watch, because everybody has to do clickbait to survive. Pretty much. I don't do a lot of clickbait because I'm not a very good artist. I had like one good idea today when I was putting together the thumbnail, because I was like, man, I've made so many Multiversus thumbnails over the years. What the heck am I going to do? And it's like, a bolt of brilliance. Ta-da! And we're going to advertise this on our channel. Yep. Alright, there we go. Also, guys, there was an amazing video that went up today that I made that I spent all night working on. I've had so much coffee, or not coffee, I've had so much caffeine between the last, 8-hour streams. So I'm a little wiry right now. Like, I'm super wiry. Just so you know. Let's read some super chats. I still do appreciate they hired Kevin Conroy. Yes, of course, 100%. Should have made the thumbnail a dog. A dog doing a peace sign on a tombstone? What? A guy! Yeah, that makes more sense. A guy doing a peace sign on a gravestone. Hope this helps a little, Luke. God bless you and thank you and the cats. Oh, no problem. Thank you, Garrett. All right, there we go. So we got all the super chats from Remnant, Garrett, Chad, and then Prestigious said, I think March or April of this year, I got into this game to see what it was about. I'm glad I got to while I could. Oh, you started playing in March and April? How far did you get? Are there any people online? I'm curious. Are there actually people playing? Oh my gosh, there's people playing. And of course, it's the copyrighted stage. What? There are people playing this game. Holy cow. We're not gonna make it. So I had to mute this because this is straight up copyright. Also, if there's anybody in the chat who wants to play, let me know. This is the last time we'll get to play this game. But yeah, I mean, I was just flabbergasted by watching Warner Brothers just commit so many oopsies that I'm just like, this is supposed to be a professional game company. Like, what in the world? They're really bad at what they're doing. Are they all bots? I don't think so. I think they're actually people. Are they people? I don't remember how to play. Let's try to get a win. Well, they're just going to mod this game. This game will survive in mods, probably. Mods on Steam or something. I don't know. Characters that were supposed to be in the game, modders will probably put in the game. I don't know. I don't know how they would, though. I'm not a modder, so I don't know. But as a Warner Brothers fan, Warner Brothers disappoints me so much. I've been getting disappointed by Warner Brothers since 2015. Warner Brothers has been a disappointment since 2015, and you can't change my mind. Because after Arkham Knight, they just kept fumbling and fumbling and fumbling and fumbling and making one bad decision after another. The amount of games that they've canceled over the years, like, could fill, like, almost a developer graveyard. Like, they just have no confidence in anything. Whereas Marvel keeps, like, you know, they take a lot of shots on goal. And if you don't take a lot of shots on goal, you can't win. And Warner Brothers just, like, I don't know, they just keep passing the puck back and forth. Like, you know, hockey reference. But they never take any shots. Every time they think about taking shots, here comes the competition and they get, like, you know, plastered against the wall at full speed. And then when they're there getting their penalty shot, they don't even take it. They're like, I'm just gonna not shoot it at all. And it's like, seriously? Nicely done, whoever you are. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not playing them again. Let's see if we actually have any friends on. Beetlejuice has joined my lobby. Hello, Beetlejuice. Probably like, amazed. Who is that person? I don't know. Meanwhile, Marvel Games is thriving. Some of Marvel Games is thriving. The only reason that Marvel is doing really well is because of, what do you call it? Marvel Rivals, which is a Chinese developer. If Marvel made their own Overwatch without it being made by that developer, then what would happen is the character models would look really bad. Like, really, 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 really bad. I don't know who this is. Sure, I'll accept your friend invite. It's the end of the world as we know it. Are all these people online? No. Oh, all these people are online. Who's this? Is this Fred? Hey, Fred! It's the end of the world as we know it. I guess Fred's not online. Bum, 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 ba, da, ba, ba. They're doing another Beetlejuice movie? Well, I guess Fred's not there. Bear named Fred, not around. Let's try this person. G-Buff! Will G-Buff get in the final game? Survey says... Nope. Invited to play Multiversus by Woody. I remember Woody. Hello, Woody. Is it, what do you mean? Is this going to be the last stream of Multiversus, Geeky? Yeah, it's over. It's over. The title says it's over. I don't know how to mod the game. I'm not a modder. I wish I could mod, but I can't. I'm just a content creator. I'm not even a content creator. I'm a YouTuber. Whether it's streamer or like making like scripted videos, I don't know how to do that stuff. Kevin Conroy and Keaton facing off against Al, the dude who's kicking our butt. Oh my gosh, I can't even touch this fool. I'm so reporting your account. Not that it matters. Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm gonna miss him. Yoink. Ouch. Oh wait, we have music again. There we go. Whoa! No, phooey. I've had worse. Oh, I didn't get to do my uppercut again. Bam! That's what you get. Bam! Oh, I missed. I missed again. Oh, no.
Get over here.
Boom! Boom! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You were there at the beginning. Now you get to see how it ends. Ow. Now you get to see how it ends for me. Oh, he hit me with a bed. Bed. Skadoosh! Oh, he did angel wings. How do you do that? Whoa! Boom!
Good job, Blue.
Uh-oh. Oh, you just had to... Oh, they tied it up.
Back in action.
Go after the gremlin guy. Stay away from Jason. Ooh! I got him! I got him!
You won.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Could have been cleaner, but
Good match. I don't know if I have enough toast to give you, though. Yeah, I don't think I have enough toast to give you. I will try. It doesn't matter. Can I give you toast? Toast. Toasty! Alright, Woody, let's go again. Well, that's not a nice thing to say when you're leaving. I try to make all my streams fun. Sadness. You hear that, Zelda?
hello.
It sucks to see WB mistreat Cartoon Network. What are they doing with Cartoon Network? I haven't really been, like... My feed on my Twitter is, like, a utopia now. It hardly has any nonsense in it. Like, every once in a while I hear about a game studio closing from, like, a developer I follow or whatever, but, like... There's really no... There's no grifters, there's no woke stuff, it's just... Nintendo news. Like, straight Nintendo news. This is what to expect with Switch 2. These are the games that won't work with Switch 2. These are the developers working on Switch 2. It's just all gaming news. Like, bop, 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 bop. No comic book news, no anything. So I'm completely... out of the loop when it comes to certain things. Which is good, because, like, before my feed was covered with, like... woke and anti-woke, like, fighting all the time. And as you've known for, like, the past, like, I think it's been a month or something like that, I've just been focusing on Switch 2 stuff because it's really the only thing that pops up in my feed. Like, I think about, like, probably a good chunk of the things that I talk about on my Twitter right now are all Switch 2 related. Or Nintendo related. Nintendo business decisions, talking about Reggie, all kinds of stuff. Because that's the only thing that pops up in my feed, really. Which is nice. And then K-Wing's Let's Plays, we're following like hundreds of game developers that are all making good games. I'm not following any crazy game developers. It actually feels nice to say that. There aren't that many crazy game developers left. It feels nice to say that. The game industry is rebooting. And I'm here for it. Although this should have happened a couple years ago. It never should have gotten to the shape that it was in. Never, ever should have allowed that. All the weird games that, like, released, all should have been, like, niched for, like, a very small group of people. Like, most of the weird games never should have been mainstream. Like, if they want to make ugly game characters, right? Then they should have a niche for that. They should have no right to change established franchise hotties.
Need some cover.
Like, they're not allowed to touch Tomb Raider, Mortal Kombat, Injustice. All that stuff is already, you know, taken care of. If they want to make, like, a weird game with, like, butt ugly people, then they should have made, like, their own game and just left franchise and mainstream stuff alone. And then they wouldn't have lost the war with the gamers. It's that simple. If they would have just stayed in their lane, they wouldn't be in the unemployment line now. Because here's the crazy thing. most of those games existed prior. Like, there were genres for that stuff. There were specialty genres in the game industry, like, 20 years ago. Did you know that? Like, all the weird games that they did with, like, the Type 1 and all that nonsense. There were specialty genres that have existed for years. About, like, I think it's like 20-something years. They've always had their place. But the problem is it wasn't good enough for them. Like, they were like, we want to be mainstream. We want to change this, that, or the other. And as soon as they invaded our space, that's when they lost. Because eventually what happened was they kept pushing the gamers, right? They kept pushing us. We're going to change this. We're going to change Chun-Li. We're going to change Katana. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do the other. And they just kept pushing. And then eventually, gamers just, like, caught the fist, like, no. You're just constantly being hit by these people, and you grab the fist, and you push back, and you're like, no. That's enough. And that's why they lost. That's 100% why they lost, is because gamers just wanted, like, if these people were allowed their specialty, like, stuff, right? Their special genre to do whatever they wanted. Their niche. And everybody, this was the problem I had with them, is the activists demanded all this nonsense. Ugly characters, women that look like men, no male or female options, hardly any good female voices. They all sound butch and whatever. And then they would go and they would invade other people's games that were in development, and they would say, you're not allowed to have beautiful characters. If you have a beautiful character, you hate women because you're making women die because this woman looks, you know, too attractive. So if they just would have left other companies alone, we would have gotten a lot of really cool looking games over the past 7 years. But these people invaded other people's spaces, and they made demands, and they threatened, and they harassed, and they doxed. They did all this stuff. And that's why they lost, because eventually all these companies, they're not afraid of them anymore. Like, after, I would say, November 2024, so many game developers around the world started to stand up for themselves, and all these companies started to go out of business, like, overnight. Because all you had to do was stand up to these bullies. And it's not like they didn't deserve to be in the game industry. Like I said, there was already specialty genres. They could have made as many weird games as they wanted to. They just needed to leave mainstream stuff alone. That's it. But they didn't want to do that. So, that's why they lost. It's really that simple. Because gamers are allowed to have attractive characters, and gamers are allowed to have ugly characters. There's enough room for both of them. The problem is the ugly characters and ugly developers were trying to push out attractiveness because they're offended by it.
Guess it's time to fight.
And then they would say all kinds of, like, dehumanizing things to the people that enjoyed attractive characters. And because they did these things, eventually it cost them their jobs. And now, if you look at the games that are coming out in 2026 and 2027, majority of them have good-looking characters. They have cool-looking games. So we are literally crawling out of the desert now. We were in the desert for 7 years. Like, to, you know, biblical reference. We're out of the desert now. Things are getting better. And it's, you know, it's sad to see so many developers close and stuff, but some of those guys brought it on themselves, you know. No normal people harass people. It's just not something you do. You know? And it was just a weird time for our industry, but this game shined out in all of that. And did you know people actually tried to change this game? There was a whole group of people, activists, that did not like the character models for Wonder Woman, for Velma, and a bunch of characters. They were not okay with it. They're like, well, this isn't good representation. Like, the Velma should look way bigger, or Wonder Woman should be thicker, or, you know, their faces are unrealistic, and things like that. And they tried and tried and tried and tried, but they couldn't succeed. And they whined on Twitter all over the place, but thank God nobody ever listened to them. Because these were the same people that changed Pokemon Go. I was never a Pokemon Go player, though, so it doesn't, like, really affect me. But I know a lot of people that used to play Pokemon Go, and when they made all the female characters, like, ugly and ironing boards, like, people stopped playing. It was just like, eh. So it's a shame that Multiversus just ended up getting destroyed, caught in the crossfire of bad decisions when they actually held their own against the activists pretty well. Which is pretty cool if you think about it. because we never got the really ugly, stylized look that, you know, people really wanted so that they would feel good about themselves. And just throwing it out there, I've been a gamer for like 30 plus years. There's never been one time where I've looked at a video game character and been like, wow, this character looks like me, I feel relatable. You know, whether the character is Super Mario, who's super fat and Italian, or like Link, who has like pointy ears or something. I never pictured myself as that fantasy character. I was playing as that fantasy character. It was like, I am Mario, I am Link, I am Metroid, you know, or Samus, or I am Fox, or Peppy, or whatever. You know, I never, when I watch entertainment, I don't try to see myself through the lens of the character. I am that character. I'm controlling that character. If I'm in the video game, I'm the one controlling that character's actions. If I want Batman to randomly teabag somebody or run around the stage, I can make him do that, because I am Batman at that point in time, you know? So it's just like this whole like weird era that we're coming out of. Like, there was really no reason for it. It was just weird. And the crazy thing is, if these people just would have stayed in their lane, right? If they just would have done their specialty genres and made whatever games they wanted to, they could have coexisted in the gaming space, making whatever weird androgynous games they wanted to. And now they're going to set everything back 20 years. Probably. Because people are just, they're tired. They're tired, they're fatigued. They just want these people to go away.
Guess it's
time
to fight.
Because it's like, when you push too hard for something, it doesn't really make people want to accept your cause. It makes people roll their eyes at you. They're just like, I'm done.
Like, man, even I don't understand this power.
But I'm looking forward to a lot of cool 2026 games. Unfortunately, some games I was looking forward to this year ended up getting delayed, which I'm annoyed about. I know this is a DC stream, but the Captain America and Black Panther game, I was really looking forward to playing that this fall, or whenever it was supposed to come out. I think it was supposed to be holiday 2025 or something, and that got delayed. And now we don't know what's going on with Logan. Like, they keep saying Logan is coming in 2025 still. And I know, Summer Game Fest is, like, literally less than 2 weeks away. So maybe we'll get, like, a Logan trailer or something like that. Or a Wolverine trailer. Sorry, not Logan. Wolverine trailer at, not E3, but Summer Game Fest. Or maybe we'll find out something more about Spider-Man 3 or something. But I was bummed, because I was really looking forward to the Black Panther and Captain America game. Because I like games where they set them up as period pieces, right? And the Captain America and Black Panther game was going to take place in World War II. So I think that's kind of cool. We don't get many superhero games where it takes place during the Golden Age. We've never had a Batman game set in the Golden Age. As far as I know, this would be the first, minus the Captain America PlayStation 3 video game from years ago. We're talking like, oh my gosh, like probably like 13, 14 years ago, something like that. Great game, by the way, but that was set during World War II. And it was pretty fun, too. It was just a random hack and... Well, I wouldn't say hack and slash. It was a beat-em-up game with RPG elements. Like the Bouncer. Oh, we lost. Oops. Ay, 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 ay. We lost! No! Whoopsies. Also, here's what I would do. Since this is the final day of Multiversus, I would have done like this whole bonus thing for people who were crazy enough to come play the game one last time. And I would have like given like super bonuses to everybody playing. Like a big party, like a big send-off, like, so long! Right? I think that would have been a good idea. But nope, they didn't do that. The Trident of Neptune. We're not going to get the Trident of Neptune. Well, maybe we will. If we get the bunny, that's great, but I don't really like that costume anyway. Her other costume was way better. Her 96 Looney Tunes costume, way better. Those of you that continue to play this game after I stopped covering it, like, what happened in the game? Like, what did you see? Can you send the invite again? The G-Buff. Try to send it again, because it seems to work. Garrett hardly ever gets to play. Send it again, Garrett. The last good Captain America movie game? How many Captain America games have we had, though? Not counting the NES. Let's not talk about that. We never got a Captain America, like, Winter Soldier game, right? Or was that mobile? Does anybody know? Was there a mobile game for Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Like, there was a Dark Knight Rises mobile game? Instead of a console game? Does anybody remember? Give you 1 sec? Yeah, go for it. I mean, this is a send-off stream, so just take your time. I'm going to try to play with people that I can. They just repeated the same riffs over and over again. So did you ever get, like, did they ever have Lola Bunny 96? Did they have Lola 96 or no? Nope. Oh, okay. Yeah, so pretty much my entire feed, which I love about my Twitter now, is it's all Nintendo Switch stuff. Like, but, I mean, you have to remember, the big thing right now is everybody is arguing about the Switch 2, like, all the time. Like, I walked into, what was the argument? People were, do you guys know who Woods is? Do you know who Beat 'em Up is? I know who Beat 'em Up is. But my feed is, like, all these people, like, going back and forth and, like, arguing over the... And like I said, I don't have any nonsense in my feed anymore. Like, there's... Because, I mean, you know, we won. There's no... There's a couple echo chambers of, like, huge Twitter people. You know, still fighting the... And clinging on to the dead ideology and stuff like that and pushing for that kind of stuff. But mostly, all the stuff that people are talking about is the box art for the Switch and the Switch OLED. So, if you look at, there's a Nintendo Switch box. Even I didn't know this. There's a Nintendo Switch box where you have, it's all red, right? And I think it's the OLED. I think the OLED is all red. So you have the Switch OLED is all red, and then next to it you have the Switch 2 box, and the Switch 2 box is all red, and it's got like a Switch 2 logo on it. So my feed on Twitter is full of people arguing over the Switch 2 box and the Switch OLED box, and it's going to create brand confusion. I'm like, how is it going to create brand confusion? Literally on the box, it has a giant 2 on it, even though it's all red. Maybe they should have made the box black. I don't know. But they have this big, giant 2, right? Switch 2, plus the packaging of the system itself also has the Switch 2 logo built onto the system. That's actually a picture of the system itself on the box. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is what my Twitter feed is like. Like, my Twitter feed is all these people arguing over the box of the Switch 2. And I'm actually pretty happy about that because, like, that's my Twitter feed right now. That's been my Twitter feed for days. No activist nonsense whatsoever. You know? Because they lost. So now things are just going back to regular, average, mundane video game news, which that's what I like. People arguing over console boxes, storage space of the systems, what games are compatible with the system. You know, just regular things that we took for granted 7 years ago. Like actual gaming stuff.
Sorry, not that easy.
You know? It's like the tourists are finally being plucked out of the industry. It's great. I know it seems a little weird for people to be arguing over a box, but I welcome that type of discussion, you know, because it's just a fun video game chat. Again, I don't see any problem with the box. I think that it's fine. Like, if it didn't have a giant 2 on the box, but you still have this small group of unhinged gamers that believe that the Switch 2 is going to be the Wii U again. And I don't see that.
You did it.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
We got to at least kill Shaggy. Shaggy has to die. Shoot! They got a perfect.
You lost. Sorry.
Oh, I hate when they get a perfect. Ah! I want to fight them again. We probably we don't have the option because they took their victory and they left. Darn it! I'll never get to beat that guy. Ah! No. Hi, Spicy. How's it going? I set the controller down to scratch my nose, and then I died. Like, when Shaggy kneed me, I was just standing there, because my nose was itching like crazy. I put my controller down, and I just, like, scratched. And Shaggy took advantage of that. Yeah. I have heard about the Deadpool and Batman comic book. It's the first DC Marvel crossover in 26 years, I think. The last DC crossover was right around the same time that they had a Marvel swimsuit calendar. It's kind of funny, though. Like, I wouldn't say comic books is coming back to rational, normal people, but the fact that they have a swimsuit comic book coming out for Marvel, which activists have prevented any really sexy attire for superhero, like female superheroes in Marvel Comics for like almost a decade now. They've also made the characters look like really butt ugly. So the fact that they have like a very skilled person who's making some very, I wouldn't even say lewd. I'd say it's tasteful, like tasteful bathing suit stuff. And the female character models actually look really good. And the character models, I'm such a gamer. The character art actually looks really nice. I don't know, maybe even comic books is starting to change a little bit. Why is that guy... What? Why is he doing that? Why are you... I don't understand. What is the... Why are you doing that? You're not going to win. I don't understand what the... I guess you want to go out teabagging.
Wow, that was dark.
Okay. I don't understand what just happened.
This is over.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Okay, comic books was a male-dominated field. Always. I think it was like, maybe Garrett can help me out and John, but I think it was like around for Marvel, around 2014, 15, that they really started to scale down their female attributes and like some of the more skimpy costumes in comic books. And then they, like, not long after they censored the female costumes, then they started to change the jawline, and they changed the neck, and they changed the eyes, and they changed the nose, and they started to make the females look more like men. Which you could see in Captain Marvel comics, X-Men comics, and it went on for quite a while. And then DC started to follow suit. Like, they started to make Wonder Woman look really ugly and all this other stuff. Changed Wonder Woman's costume. So there was like a domino effect. It started with Marvel, and then it bled over to DC, because a lot of former Marvel people that worked at Marvel during that transitional time they went to DC and they brought their style, quotation marks, and their ideas to DC. Now with Marvel, there's like all these new and classic people that are coming back to do stuff, so it's just surprising to me that they would actually bring back the swimsuit issue, because, I mean, those did really well in the 90s. They were tastefully done. It was nice art. I believe Jim Lee was one of the people who did it back in the day. Garrett, did you do 3 or was that 2? We'll do one more, and then we'll get some other people in. So I was kind of like, and then here's the thing. The crazy people did not disappoint, because the last thing I remember seeing in my feed is you had the activists saying that this was going to set everything back 20 years and this is unacceptable, this is 90s behavior, and they're wiling out over the art. And the reason why you find out they're doing the art is because there is a special summer event coming in Marvel Rivals where the swimsuit comic book is going to have costumes for Psylocke, for Emma Frost, Squirrel Girl, Storm, and a couple others are going to have swimsuit variants from the magazine into the Marvel Rivals game, like around July or August. So that's probably why Marvel is even doing it, is because they're trying to make some extra money. But before it was always about activism. It wasn't about money, because Marvel and DC have been bleeding comic book sales for like 12 years. You know, in order to spread whatever message they're trying to spread. You know, they're like the Joker burning money. So the idea of them making or trying to make a profit off something is surprising to me. But Marvel Rivals is kind of changing that, because they're like, hey, wait a second, we like making money. And apparently, like, the swimsuit comic book is already, like, I think it's already sold out in terms of pre-orders, because it's more expensive than a regular comic book. I don't even know if you can pre-order it anymore. I don't think so. I think you'll have to wait for it to come out digitally. But they sold more of those issues than they did their June specialty issues and some other stuff. So, you know, Mickey and Marvel are kind of like, wait a second. And the funny thing is, like, if they wanted to still make specialty comics or whatever, I think they should be allowed to do it. But I don't think that, again, it's a wise decision to alienate your entire audience just to appease 1% of people that may buy your comic book and may not. Like, I've never understood that decision. It seems like it's insane. Just like what would happen with video games. It's like, all the changes they made was to make 1 or 2 people happy, where it made, like, millions of people angry. It's like, was it really worth it? No, I don't think it was, you know? So, but I'm a realist. You have to understand that. Like, I believe in rational thinking and common sense and stuff like that. So when things don't compute and they don't make any sense and people do stupid stuff, I always like them left thinking, like, huh, why is that? How can they not see the forest before the trees? Like, what is going on? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense, because it's like commercial suicide. Like, any like rational, normal business would be like, we want to make money. You know? That's a nice picture. He's talking to fish. Alright, who would like to play next? We're just going to use all our bread. Thank you, Garrett. Alright, whoever wants to send an invite, feel free to. Yeah, that's the problem I've had for years, Julio. That's why I was labeled as problematic on the internet, is because I have common sense. I'm a realist. Rational thinking. You know, I love to applaud rational thinking and, you know, any type of conscientious, like, wise decisions. Like, I applaud that kind of stuff. And for, you know, for comic books, they've been lost in the lost woods for years. Like, for almost 20 years. They've been running around in circles. So when I heard about the swimsuit issue, I was like, wait a second, that has to be a parody. It's April Fool's, right? And it turned out to be real. And then everybody pre-ordered that thing like crazy. And then they find out, hey, if you like this so much, these skins are coming for a limited time to Marvel Rivals or something like that. So, the problem is, while Marvel is kind of getting their head together and realizing, hey, people are getting kind of tired of this. They're getting fatigued from all this activism stuff. DC is still set in their ways. DC is still on the path to destruction with no lifeline. They cancel their games left and right. You know, their books are so weird, especially their Batman books. Their Batman books barely cross 100,000 sold every month, where Batman easily used to outpace everybody at like 300 and like 400,000 sold, and not on #1 issues. He barely makes 100,000 sold an issue, which is insane because it's Batman, for crying out loud. Like 5 years ago, Batman and the Incredible Hulk were like some of the highest selling comic books ever. And even they were struggling at like, I think it was like 150, 175,000 like issues a month or something like that. Now it's even less than that. And these people will go on Twitter and they'll be like, oh, the comic book industry is doing so well. And it's like you have a double take, like that meme, the dude who looks like Carrie L's meme, you know? You're like, what? What are they talking about? How is the comic book industry doing well? Because you know the comic book industry is doing terrible. Like, you can see it. But these people think that all the changes that they made was for the benefit of improving and selling comic books, but it had the opposite effect.
You did it, Red.
You know? And it's like, I just want them to admit they were wrong. Because they're delusional. You know?
Good job, Blue.
It's not really a gotcha. It's just like, I kind of want them to go back to, you know, stop living in Fantasyland where they think they're improving everything instead of destroying everything. It's like that dog meme where the dog is sitting in the fire and he's like, this is fine. Like, that's what the comic book industry is and all these comic book pros. They're like literally sitting in their house while it's on fire sipping tea and they think everything is good. Logically, it makes no sense. Nice costume. Wants to be your friend? I can't have friends on my PlayStation. I'll try. Oh, wow. Cool. Usually I can't accept friends on my PlayStation.
Guess it's time to fight.
I checked out a couple Absolute Batman. I don't like the character designs. I think the story is interesting, but I don't like the art style. The art style, to me, it reminds me of the... I'm trying to remember the name of the Batman artist. There was a Batman guy in the 90s that, like, had this really weird stylized look where the characters looked like super fat with small heads. And they were, like, all big and muscular. And Marvel had the same problem, too. I think it was, like, 1994. I don't remember. Some of the Nightfall Batman comics were drawn like that, and I did not like the art style. But it was, you know, it was continuing the Batman story, so I had to get the comics. And for 12 issues, Batman looked like this square, muscular-looking, like, thug guy. And the art was just hideous. The actual humans look terrible, but the thing is, the backgrounds of the city look fine. It looked like the guy who was penning Batman before the new square muscle-roided characters. Which I think they were trying to be like Batman the Animated Series. I don't know, but it didn't work. So when I look at the art style for Absolute Batman, it reminds me of that, and I'm like, nah, that's a pass for me. So I read like a couple issues. I thought it was okay. It reminded me a lot of the things that people have been trying to do to change Batman that weren't really Batman fans. You know? So, I don't really like that kind of stuff. But I don't really like the mainstream Batman comics right now either, so I'm just kind of only paying attention to older issues. I'm currently reading Chuck Dixon's like 1997 run from the Batman, Nightwing, and Robin books. So I think I'm getting into either the Legacy Virus run or... Because it doesn't say the when you're reading it, because like I'm reading Nightwing and I'm reading Batman, it doesn't say in the comic book if it's part of Legacy or Contagion or whatever, because like you would have to have the cover of the comic book. So like in these collections, the books are all over the place. So I'm trying to read in order. It's one of the things I've never liked about comic books is you have to buy this issue to continue the story, and it might be issue 470, whereas Detective Comics is on like 1020 and Robin's on issue 33. It's always really confusing. What I like about manga is everything is very streamlined. If you want to read One Piece and you want to read Naruto, you have episode 1, 2, 3, or volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you want to read a full Batman story from like 1996, you have to buy and find so many different issue numbers from Catwoman, Nightwing, Robin, Batman, Detective Comics, World Finest, whatever. And you have to read them in that order. There's no collection usually where they contain everything in a simple to understand thing, even for a graphic novel. I believe that the Batman War Games graphic novel, they actually left out some of the Robin and Nightwing books that explained some of the missing things that happened in between the chapters. So I like that about manga better, is it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, 100. And American comic books, it's all like, throw them all over the place. They wouldn't let me do it last night, but yay, my 1-year membership. We got you on June 1st, Spicy. Unless you want to do the 31st. I got nobody on the 31st. I do have somebody tomorrow. Is Robin still here, or did she go?
Guess it's time to fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I prefer getting graphic novels. Because graphic novels usually have as many of the comic book story that you're reading, you know, or arc. I guess you would call it arc. It mostly has the arc that you're looking for. But sometimes they miss stuff. Like the one I was reading is missing books from Nightwing, Birds of Prey, and Robin. It has some of them, but it doesn't have all of them because, you know, those stories lasted for a while, right? Like, usually a arc would last for 12 issues, which would be a full year. Usually. And the side character stories would last at least 2 issues. So that'd be like 2 months. No. Let's try. Let's go. But I don't even think the New 52 or even DC Rebirth really fixed the problem with, you know, keeping crossover storylines, like, easy to find and read. It's still, like, you know, weird number or whatever. But what I wish companies would do when they're done with their crossover stuff, that they would make a graphic novel that contains everything that happened in the story. And when I mean everything that happened in the story, I mean like every side issue, everything. So that when you actually buy it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to be able to read, but I couldn't find this Batgirl book, or I couldn't find this Robin book, or whatever.
You did it.
Ah, the Superman guy got me.
Sorry.
Darn.
Celebration time!
Play again?
Been watching me off and on since 2012. Thank you.
Only a few seconds left.
No, I'm not playing them again. Did we play with this, the Jason guy? Did we play with him 3 times? I think we did. Yeah, we played with him 3 times. Alright, somebody else want to send a invite to be able to play if you want? I don't even know who that guy was. That was fun. Whoever you were, that was fun. Whoever wants to still play, send a invite thingy. My invite system is not working very well. Was that you, David? Oh, whoops. Wait. It's not working. Yes, there we go. Hi, Tara. I never liked the invite system in this. Yeah, I prefer to buy graphic novels as well. Yeah. But I haven't bought a new... I have bought graphic novels for Batman, Nightwing, and Robin, but I have not bought a new graphic novel for a Batman story that is older than 2010. Like, I stopped after 2010. I don't like the whole Tim Drake thing. I hate Bernard. Not going to support that at all. If he goes back to Stephanie someday, maybe I'll pick up an issue again. But I'm having more fun with Mary Jane and Spider-Man in the new Ultimate comics. Like, I really like the dynamic and the married, banter between the two of them. So I've been really enjoying that. When they actually make I think they've made a graphic novel for Spider-Man and Mary Jane, like Ultimate.
I'm Batman.
Once they do that, I'll pick one up. But they ruined Tim Drake for me, so I'm kind of done. I will always have the Tim Drake books from 1989 through 2009, and I have a pretty big Tim Drake collection. All pre-52. But I cannot stand modern Tim Drake. He is a shell of his former self. And every time I give the guy the benefit of the doubt and I watch his comic book, I pick up a comic book, he's spreading his nonsense all over the place again. It's become his entire identity. It's just shame. Because when he was Stephanie, he was never talking about Steph all the time. Like, the fact that he switched baseball teams, that's all he talks about now. It's just so annoying. It's like, whatever. R.I.P. Tim Drake. The only problem is now he has immunity, though, so it's like, now I kind of want Tim to die, but, like, DC will never kill him because he's got, like, basically diplomatic immunity. They can't kill him. If they kill him, people will riot in the streets. So you have to find some way of, like, thrusting him in the books all over the place now. Because you can't get rid of him.
You did it, Red.
Oh.
That was unpleasant.
Nicely done.
Good job, Blue.
I set you up there, Wonder Woman. Wait, who's playing as Wonder Woman again? It's Tara? I remember playing with Tara. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I messed up. Oh! Did we get it? That was really close. Hello, Nova. How's it going?
Party at Wayne Manor, anyone?
No, we're not going again. Toasty! We're going to use up all our toast, though, because we can. Nice job, Tara. Well, yeah, pretty much. I've even asked... I had a friend who's not a YouTuber, but he's a game developer. And he makes indie games. He's a bigger Tim Drake fan than I did. Or I was. I thought I was a pretty big Tim Drake fan back in the day. And I just asked him, like, I think it was like a couple years ago. I was like, so, are you still following the Tim Drake books? And he was like, Tim F. Stephanie, man. He's like, no, I dropped him hardcore. And he says, I tried to keep up with it. I was doing the Young Justice run. I was like, yeah, I heard about that. They brought the Young Justice comics back. He says, the writer was dumping all over the 90s. Like, everything that the writer was saying about the 90s was all wrong. And she just had, like, a vendetta against the original Young Justice books. She saw them as like, really bad. And it's some of the best comic book writing for Tim Drake and Connor and You know, Cassie and all these people. And the original writer was just, or not the original writer, the lady who changed Tim got a hold of the Young Justice books, and she basically character assassinated every character in that book. And I'm glad I didn't see that, because like I was already done after the second issue of Robin, which was terrible. So yeah, Tim Drake fans basically left the chat. A lot of people, here's the funny thing, nobody has the courage to say why they don't like Tim Drake anymore, because they're scared of people. Like, when they do top 10 videos and Tim Drake doesn't make, like, #1 Robin anymore, they never talk about the change that happened with Tim. And they never say why people are mad about Tim anymore. They're just like, Tim's just not popular anymore. It's like, that's not why he's not popular. It's like, if you're not afraid of, like, changing him in the first place, you can't be afraid of criticism for the change that you did to him. Because the reason why people don't like him anymore is because the change you did. So you have to own up to it. But they're, you know, they're trying to be so... What's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to dodge as much criticism and reality as possible. And they live in their own little delusional little land. It's weird. Ouch. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work out. Whoops.
You did it, Red.
Uh-oh.
Not this time.
Oh, sorry, guys. All right, one sec.
You lost. Sorry.
Everybody's fast asleep in this house except for Link. Link is running around like a crazy cat. Sorry, Link, he got his claw stuck. I heard him meowing upstairs, so I helped him get his claw out. He was doing something with the couch upstairs, and he got his claws stuck, so I had to get him out. You can tell when a cat's in trouble based on how frantic they're meowing, so... Okay. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the new Superman movie. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm just playing as Batman, because why not? Half of the K-Wing household is asleep. Zelda's fast asleep. Link is awake. I'm awake. Amber's asleep.
Guess it's time.
Who's
to
more
fight.
terrifying, Batman or Joker? Batman. Although for me personally, it'd be Joker because I hate clowns. Can you play online? Yeah, send me an invite after I'm done playing with Tara.
I like long walks and hitting goons with giant hammers.
I'm not very good at this game, but it's a send-off, so we're saying goodbye to Multiversus. Bum, bum, bum. Whoa. We were talking about Tim, but eh. Whoop. Ah. I will tell you guys something. If I ever wrote officially for DC Comics,
Metahuman activity like that.
I would bring Tim and Steph back, and I would have a bus fall on Bernard. Like I would kill off Bernard in the first issue. Bye-bye. Just like if I wrote for Spider-Man, I would get rid of Paul like instantly. Have like Venom eat Paul or something. They're just such annoying characters.
Coming for you now. Stop, Grape.
I can't stand self-inserts for writers and artists when they, you know, make comic books these days. It's just so irritating. I also wonder, like, based on how they write themselves in the books, is that how they carry themselves in real life? Are they really that annoying in real life? Or is it just, like, they made themselves annoying in their comic books? Or is that how they are in real life as well?
You lost. Sorry.
Yeah, just have like you know, Tim's coming home late. Bernard steps outside the house and like some super villain like throws a hydrant at him or something. Or like a bus just explodes. The amount of cheers I would get. Of course, I wouldn't have Stephanie like forgive Tim right away. Like all the Stephanie was never allowed to grieve. So like I would literally have like when Tim came back to his senses and he tries to get back to Stephanie like in the second or third issue of my run, like Stephanie would like deck him. Be like, "You broke my heart and you're a jerk." And she'd just like clobber him. Such violence, but that's what all the fans wanted Stephanie to do. He broke up with her with a text. And then he ghosted her for like 6 months. He wouldn't talk to her at all because he felt guilty. It's like he felt guilty because he knew he was doing the wrong thing. But, you know. You think Scarecrow from Arkhamverse could cover, like, carry his own movie? Probably. Alright, Tara, we're gonna do one more, then I'm gonna get somebody else in. What season I got? What does that mean? I think it's not gonna work, Tara. I'm gonna bounce. I think it's messed up. Reload. You were my favorite YouTuber to play online with? Thank you. That's very nice. I would just have Venom eat Paul anyway. No one likes Paul. If someone were to take a time capsule from the comic books of today, I'm pretty sure people would ignore Paul. Like, no one wants Paul to be remembered, like, at all. Future generations just want to forget Paul existed. Paul is the most stupid self-insert since Bernard. Like, they're such annoying, irritating, and badly portrayed characters. you can tell that it is literally the writer themselves. It is so obvious and so annoying. It's one of the absolute things I can't stand about modern comic books. It's one of the reasons why I stopped reading modern comics, is because, like, when I was a kid, if there was a author or a writer from the Batman books that was working on something, they made themselves a background character. Like, you might have seen Chuck Dixon as a thug, or maybe at a fancy Bruce Wayne party, he'd be in the background, like, you know, eating, like, hors d'oeuvres or something like that. He didn't literally transform himself into a character to, you know, have all the attention of the audience. Like, he was there, and maybe for fun they drew themselves into the book, but, like, there were really no self-inserts back in the 90s or even the 80s or the 70s. It was the characters that were the focal point of the books. And whatever was happening, you know, in the books, alien invasion, drugs, school-related problems, what else? Viruses, earthquakes, when, what was the name? When Camo, like, blew up Bloodhaven, there was all kinds of stuff, right? And the authors and the artists would sometimes insert themselves as, like, a picture or maybe a firefighter or something, but they didn't literally turn themselves into a character. That's so dumb. It's like one of the most annoying tropes that have been in modern comic books for going on 6 or 7 years now. It's just totally unnecessary. And it's totally obvious, too. Send me an invite. Oh yeah, it's definitely ego. Of course it is. They're the same people that say, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. And then when you say, okay, and then they're like, how can you do this? I'm unemployed now. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these people just have, like, this huge amount of mental illness that never got treated properly. Oh, not this again. Is this the person who... Why is there an error? There's a problem with my lobby? Send it again. I mean, there's a problem with my lobby. I don't see how. But, I mean, it is the end of the game, so maybe. When a writer brings themselves into a comic book, it's always a bad sign. Of course it is. But that's what was happening in our game industry, too. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to work. You know what? We're going to try again. I'm going to exit out of my game. We'll try one more time. You exit out of your game, too. Like, exit out of your game. I exit out of mine. You exit out of yours. So we'll try one more time. And then we'll get some other people. Yes, exactly. If you base it on a family member, it's a sweet homage or something. Like Jeff Johns with Stargirl and stuff like that. But if you base a character on yourself, you're a narcissist. Yeah, 100%. Totally. Total agreement. Does anybody know what Banana Guard is from? Adventure Time. Banana Guard is a guard from the Bubblegum Kingdom in Adventure Time. At this point, I deserve to be in a DC game. If I'm the first person they kill off in the game, have me do like a YouTube video and Doomsday like runs into my house or something. I don't know. Or I go out to get a paper and like my brief cameo has like a meteorite, like a giant kryptonite thing crush my house. People would always remember that. Hey, who was the guy who died at the beginning of the game? Immortal. What? You wouldn't forget it? Alright, send your invite again. Unfortunately, if it doesn't work again, I'm gonna try somebody else though, okay? Did the servers finally die? No, not yet. The servers are supposed to die on May 30th at like 9 in the morning. 9 in the morning California time would be noon Pennsylvania East Coast time. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to play with you. That's a player first thing. Sorry about that. Oh, I know comic books are in bad shape. I tried to, just for fun, I tried to type in how many Batman issues sold in April and March of 2025, and Google's AI system couldn't tell me. They said, well, they don't really measure comic books the same way in sales. They give me some type of, like, jargon. And I'm like, okay. So they're doing the Ubisoft thing. They're, you know... They're not telling people how much they're selling anymore because they're not really selling. So I have to wait until the comic book website that I used to follow that has like a list of like top selling comic books and stuff like that. But it doesn't really interest me anymore because even if you make like a gotcha video like that to, you know, troll the activists, they don't really care anymore. Like they, deep down, they know that they've, you know, dragged comic books into the ground. And a lot of them are still fuming over the fact that they lost their grip in video games. Like, video games is, like, one of the most expensive and very successful business venture. And they fumbled it. And not only did they fumble it, the most unemployed people in the game industry are all woke people. They are all activists. The count right now is 3,100 activists are out on their butts. And 15 studios have closed since January. Out of those 15, 7 of them have been activists. So, I mean, they're losing badly. They're losing ground. They're losing reputation. More and more stuff is coming out how crazy these people are. Video games are making more attractive female characters again. They're doing away with Type 1 and Type 2. Like, that stuff is slowly being phased out by 2026. So, I mean, it's a good time to be a gamer again, but comic books is still, you know, the same as it was 10 years ago. And it's all going to come down to who has the most money to keep comic books going. Marvel or DC, and I would say Disney. So Disney has the most money. Did they really kill everything at midnight? Whoa. Let's try again. Let's try this person. Oh, that's the same person I sent the invite, or who tried to send me the invite. They really killed the servers at midnight? Wow, that's crazy. For reals? Wait. No, cancel. Ah, I missed it. Send it again. What the heck? Ah, send it again. Stupid. Not you. You're not stupid. My system's being stupid. Yeah, you're not wrong, Matthew. It was around 2011 that started. What was it called? All new, all different Marvel? It was like around 2012. That person who sent the PlayStation thing, try again. Not the other thing. Not the actual PlayStation invite. Well, the difference, the thing that makes gamers superior to other fandoms is we have pull that comic books and movies and TV do not. Animation, TV, movies do not have the same pull that gaming has because game developers and game companies live and survive based on our feedback. If we like the game, if we don't like the game. If we don't like the game, they don't make money. So comic books, they don't really care about their fandom because they see us as like someone that they want to buy their stuff, but they're not involved at all in the creative process. Like, the writer does not, you know, go up to a big group of comic book fans and be like, I want to do this story. What do you think of this? Whereas a game writer and a game designer and people like that, they're always looking for and reading about feedback on the internet based on their games to either improve stuff for a sequel or fix bugs that happened in the game. Gamers have more power than activists realized. So when they continue to churn out bad games throughout the 2020s, more and more gamers started to become aware of it. They became more aware of Gamergate. They became more aware of activism and woke people and all this other stuff. And before, they had no idea. Everybody was isolated. You know, gamers just wanted to play fun games. And the more and more this kept happening, our side kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with more people with the same goal, with the same thing, to outroot this stuff that was destroying the game industry. And so millions of us around the world joined up and, you know, we voted our pocketbook and we made lists of where these companies were making their games and releasing them on Steam and other places, and we put them out of business. You know, we got together as a coalition of like millions of people and said, enough's enough. And they weren't counting on that because they thought that they migrated from comic books and from television and from animation and from Hollywood, and they thought they could steamroll us into complying with all their weird demands. And they weren't ready for gamers because we stopped them. The buck stopped there. That's pretty much what happened. COVID made it so that the activists gained more power. Because when everybody was isolated and that stuff was really starting to rise on TikTok, like starting like late 2019, late to early 2019 is when a lot of that weird stuff was starting up on TikTok with like pronouns and all this other nonsense. So what happened when you had all these teams isolated, it was harder to do damage control for like PR companies and HR and things like that. So since everybody was at home, it was very easy for the loudest people to become the majority. And they had, you know, support from Twitter and Reddit and all this other stuff. And so they were able to basically seize the game industry, like all over the world, except in Asia. And then they basically showed that the type of games that they were going to do and the things that they tried to change didn't work. And the thing is, they actually started small in 2018. Like, we had small changes that people didn't like, but it was subtle. It wasn't, like, full-blown. And, you know, had they taken their time with it and just did it little by little, I think that probably the public would have not been as aware of it. But the problem is they tried to change things too fast. And don't get me wrong, their agenda was always evil anyway. But what I'm saying, the reason why they failed so spectacular is because every game they released, they made it worse and uglier than the last one. Like, there was no, like, kind of, like, middle ground or, like, compromise or anything. Like, they just kept full-blown going uglier and uglier and uglier and uglier. And, you know, very preachy with their narrative and yelling at their customers online. They couldn't control themselves because they're all narcissists, right? And they basically destroyed themselves. But it was funny to witness it, but at the same time it was terrifying because, like, these people were out of control. Like, they would dox people, they would SWAT people, they would harass people, they would do smear campaigns, they would go after your sponsorships, they would try to get you fired. You know, not rational people at all. I can't name one gamer that I've known my entire life that when a company did him wrong, that he went out of his way to find out where everybody at that company worked and tried to harass them or get them yeeted by the police. Like, I can't name one gamer, but I can name several journalists over the past, like, 4 years that have used tactics like that and then used the excuse, well, it's just the internet, it doesn't matter. It's like, I think trying to unalive somebody is not just the internet. That's a crime. You know? So it's weird to me
I'll give you that one, Bruce.
that they thought that they could do all this crazy stuff for years and have no repercussions for it. And and most importantly, that they were right and that we were all crazy. And if we stood up to them, it was kind of like our funeral because they were going to bury us, you know? Like, this was not the inclusive group that everybody thought they were. They were, like, dictators, basically. They were the oppressors.
You lost. Sorry.
They would fire anybody that didn't agree with them. And make it so if you didn't agree with them, you wouldn't even be able to work in the game industry. They would make it so... I forget the... there's a term for when you go out of your way to prevent somebody from being able to work in your field. Like, there's an actual term for it. I can't remember the name of it, though. But they're guilty of that. I just can't remember the name of it. It's a technical term. Well, of course it is. All right, I got somebody in my party from somebody in the chat. Let's go, Ducky. That is Ducky, right? Yeah, that's Ducky. Yep. Yeah, of course the servers are still alive. It's just like any bugs that you encounter, right? They're not going to work, obviously. Because like there's nobody there anymore. Think of it like the last day of school. You might have one guy hanging out like late at night at the school, you know, kind of reminiscing, walking the halls. You might have a couple people there hanging out, maybe having a pizza party. But they're not paying attention to any of the problems that are happening in the game. Like, even the past month, they don't care. Their company's out of business. In fact, there might not even be anybody there, and it's just like the computer servers. And then WB is going to flip a switch, and everything's just going to go boo, you know? So I highly doubt there's anybody even working there anymore. Blacklisting, yeah, that's it. Yeah, they prevent you from being able to get a job in the game industry. Yeah, blacklisting. Yeah, Whisper Networks, blacklisting. Yes. Thank you. Part of me thinks that even though I'm playing this game right now, if I log into it tomorrow, there's part of me thinking it's not going to open. Like, I really think that this is... They're saying, and they've been saying for 4 months, that if you log in between January and... Or not January, they said if you log in between April and May of 2025, you will be able to play the game when the servers go offline. Like, you'll be able to play locally and all that other stuff. There's a part of me that thinks that's not going to be honored. Like, I have a feeling that I'm going to be one of those rare exceptions where everything that I paid for in this game will be gone forever. Like, it's either going to factory reset or it's not going to open. It's going to say, this game needs to go online to play. So, like, after I'm done with this stream, I'm going to look up some stuff. Because I just want to make sure, because I did put a lot of money into this game over the course of its existence, and I don't want it to go away. Because maybe Amber and I want to make a retrospective of this game, like, several years from now or something, you know? Because we paid for it, we own it. It would be horrible if it's just all... Oh dear! You know, just gone.
You did it, Red.
Whoops! Uh-oh. Are we winning or losing? Oh, we're kind of tied. I like when it's tied. Snap.
You lost. Sorry.
Bow before me, inferior beings.
There is a offline version of this game, so you said it already updated, or I need to do something? Can you explain? There is an offline version of this game that is established. Added the most recent patch, even if turned off my Wi-Fi to test it to see if it works. You also keep all your characters' cosmetics you purchased. Yeah, that's what I was hoping to. But you have to understand, I sleep during the day. Like, I work at night and I sleep during the day. Yeah, why not? We'll give you guys all toast. There you go. Good job. Creepy guys. Okay, let's keep going. Keep going. I mean, do you have Steam at all?
10 seconds.
If you have Steam, I would recommend... I don't trust Arkham Origins on consoles. I lost all my DLC on Wii U and on PS3. It's all gone. The only DLC that I have available for Arkham Origins on consoles is my Steam Deck. I lost everything on both Wii U and PS3. And I can't get them back.
Plan for this.
It's crazy. So, I mean, I don't know if the same thing will happen to your Xbox or not, but it happened on both Wii U and PS3. This year, actually. 2025 is when it happened. So I don't know if they have, like, a built-in factory reset for Wii U and PS3, because they both did it at the same time, or if the systems are just dying. I don't know. Because all my Mario Kart 8 stuff on Wii U got erased too. But all my Virtual Console games are still fine. So I don't know. But usually the Arkham Origins on the Steam Deck is cheaper, plus you can get all the DLC. And the game looks phenomenal on Steam Deck, or Steam in general. Like, it looks really good. Arkham Knight 2 looks really good.
I actually felt that one.
Yeah.
Good job, Blue.
Yeah.
Hey, you won.
You have Steam? Yeah, I would... If you already have Steam, I would strongly recommend that you purchase Arkham Origins and the DLC on Steam Deck. Just as, like, a backup. That's just me. Like, you know, you're free to do what you want, but I would recommend it. Because that's what I did. That's the problem you have with the modern times with games and stuff like that you don't really own stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. You're Ducky? Hello. Oh, that's a good advice, David. So David is saying that if you're still online in the game, whatever Gleamium you have, he strongly recommends you use it, because as soon as the game is shut offline, all the Gleamium stuff is going to disappear. Now, is the Battle Pass going to disappear too?
Guess it's time to fight.
Will the Battle Pass be gone forever, or can you keep doing stuff with the Battle Pass? Like, I don't even know what offline mode looks like, actually. Is Matt Reeves still going to direct the Batman 2? I heard he's just writing it. We don't know what's happening with that.
Let's get to the point.
Da, 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 da.
Bounce time, baby.
Everybody says there's rumors that Matt Reeves and James Gunn don't like each other. They have two similar personalities that, like, clash or something like that.
Recognize this.
So, like, you can't have Matt Reeves and James Gunn both. You have to choose, like, who's going to be around. Something like that. It's just a rumor, but...
Not a
I would kind of believe it, because when I look at James Gunn and Matt Reeves' personalities, they remind me of that kind of like similar archetype. Different people, but similar. And those type of people don't really get along because they share a very, like,
You did it, Red.
almost like the same vision, but it's different. But different to the point that they can't work together.
You lost.
How the heck did that happen? Huh. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, thanks for playing, Ducky. Nice to see you. Well, what can we get for 500 Gleamium? We don't have anything good. I don't even have anything good I can get in the... Well, I could buy one thing in the Prestige store. Nothing I want, though. I can't get anything I actually want. Well, that sucks. Let's see. That is so lame. I don't want that. 11,000 for what? Shade Stomp? What the heck is that?
I am the cliffs of your demise.
Oh.
Hope you're not
Oh,
holding
that's
back
what
the
that
word
is.
count.
Da, 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 da. I agree, Red Hood. This is what I was saying too. Like, everybody that paid for it, they just like unlock all the cosmetics and stuff because they're the ones that failed the fans. Instead, they gave us this like really annoying battle pass to work with in the end, you know. And no one really wanted to go for this battle pass because the characters weren't really all that interesting. They just kind of threw stuff together like, eh. There was a couple interesting ones. But this Aquaman one is lame. Everybody wanted New 52 Aquaman. Shaggy looks okay, I guess. Ultra Robot Killer Samurai Jack. The Superman guy is okay, I guess. But, I mean, I lost interest with this game after a while. Oh, I almost got the Aquaman announcer pack. Oh, well. Eh. It is what it is. Whoopsies. Raven missions. Yeah, I don't think so. What can we do? 4, 5, 700 Gleamium. Oh, no, I don't want to get that. That's weird. I'm not doing the t-shirts. I could almost do that. Who's left to get? Be Joker and Harley? I mean, that's doable. 770. They also never slashed the prices. Oh, the Christmas one. That would have been cool. Darn. Oh, well. I think I'm gonna go with the... no, not you. I think I'm gonna go with this one. The DC Matrix crossover one. You can look at the discounted characters where? In the fighter store or in the variant store? Nah, this stuff's... I don't have the... Yeah, I don't have 1,500, obviously. Oh, I always liked Snow Shaggy, but I didn't have enough for it. I think I'm just going to do the Matrix one, guys and gals. The Matrix Joker and Harley Quinn are pretty good. I don't really see anything that I'd want for just 500 Gleamium. The idea of getting 2 skins for 700 is good enough. Toon vs. Batman, who cares? Shark Batman, I don't care. Nah. Nope, 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 nope. Am I streaming any new games soon? June 5th. A lot of new games on June 5th. You enjoyed our Wawa series? Thank you. Our Wawa series was a filler series. We did that to there wasn't any new games, and Wawa was a free-to-play game. The story was really fun. The gameplay was fun. It was really good. If Wawa did better on the channel, I would totally cover it more because I really enjoyed it. I was looking forward. There was a game that was coming out this May that I was going to do. Something Souls. It was a anime, almost like solo leveling type game, but it got moved to August. And when they moved it to August, I have a stacked list of games I'm covering in August. I had May wide open to cover that anime game, and now I don't. Alright, guys, so I'm going to purchase this. Yep, we'll buy Gleamium. Did I play Genshin Impact? Yes, Kaya, I did play Genshin Impact. I did 20... No, I did 12 live streams of Genshin Impact. I did more live streams of Zenless Zone Zero and Wawa, though. Wawa microtransactions. I'm bad at explaining. Go to Batman. Go to Batman. Okay. What about Batman? The Batman bundles don't look... I don't like any of these. Yeah, the shark thing looks stupid. Superman Independence Day extravaganza? Nuh. Day of the Dead Superman. I already have Day of the Dead Superman. You get Velma and who? Velma and Beetlejuice? Nah, I don't like those. I'm probably just gonna stick with the Matrix thing. I appreciate you telling me about it, but I like the Matrix thingy. Still the best skin ever. Bundles, Jason, meh. Meh. Beetlejuice stuff, no. No. Creepy Joker, 760. No. Trigon Joker is dumb. Yeah, no. Yep. But thanks for that. Is that what you meant, or you meant something else now? Yep. Matrix skin is the last skin I'll ever buy, so let's do this. I like the Matrix, so I'm okay with this. Joker and Harley look cool, so... Oh, wait, I get 3 skins. Harley, Joker, and Black Adam. Not bad. Bye-byes. It's done! I got some prestige, too. Hooray. Well, now I'll not be sad when I only have 22 Gleamium. Purchase. You have no golden tickets left. Oh! And as for the prestige store... Darn. I really don't want this thing. It looks stupid. I don't want it. No. And this looks stupid too. Nothing of value is lost. I don't care. I say.
Don't give up yet.
That would have been fun. No. Invited me to play 1 Second Destroyer.
I am the cliffs of your...
Ooh, I like that. That's kind of neat. The Joker thing is creepy. I don't really like that. They have a Batman Superman one? No. Righteous Anger. 10,000 for that, huh? Well, Rowdy Rough Boys it is.
Match point blue.
Wait, what do they sound like?
You've got 60 seconds. You have 60 whole seconds. Match point blue.
I don't know. I don't know. I like that Superman banner a lot. It looks cool. The Rowdy Rough Boys sound weird. I'm going with Superman. DC all the way. DC! Oh, it gave me prestige points anyway. Alright, that was nice of you. 18,000. Well, we have enough for the, not doing that. Troll dog? No. That's just mean. Go away, troll dog. Let's do this one. Wait, what is this? She throws box at people? Isn't that from the Teen Titans cartoon? Yeah. We'll do this one.
I am the cliffs of your...
Yeah, you're the clips of my demise. That's fine. I got 1,000 Gleamium back. Haha. Or whatever it's called. And then we'll get Superman. Another Superman. Why not? Righteous Anger Superman. Yeah. 800 prestige back. Well, 6,000 prestige is going to be wasted. There's nothing I can do. Oh, well. And, well, that's a bummer, but oh well. Alright, so who wanted to play? Send your invite again. Decisions. Bye, Gleamium. Wawa's coming out with another season soon. I'm gonna be very busy in June. June is all dedicated to Nintendo Switch 2 and Summer Game Fest. Like, I have no openings. Also, I have to do an Arkham Knight series. When does it go offline? Noon tomorrow, J-Loon. Or 9 a.m. California time. You're only doing 2 games, then going to sleep? That's understandable. No worries.
Guess it's time to fight.
Time to exact some justice.
Ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-bum. Wait, how do I throw my batarang now?
Aw, you dingwad.
Oof. The question is, are they actually going to mod this game? Do you think people are going to spend time modding this? Because I haven't really heard much about anybody playing Multiversus anymore, like even modders. Because I mean, that's what happened to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, is people modded it, I believe. Because nobody was playing it anymore. Ba-boom! Nicely done.
You won.
Like that.
MVC Infinite? It's a thing? Ah! Thank you for that, Destroyer. A youth lock-in? Is that what you said? What? Why does that sound familiar? Are you talking about how, like, a youth group where you guys are going to be, like, staying someplace overnight or something like that? Like a youth retreat type thing? Creepy monster. Thank you. Give me the heebie-jeebies. There are 2 projects by 2 separate teams. One is called MV Infinite, and the other is called MVS Beta. Lots of Super Smash Brothers and snacks. Nice. Well, you can always count on Smash Brothers.
Guess it's time to fight.
MVS Beta? How do you get that on Steam? I don't know, I just find it funny, gang, like, a lot of people called this the Smash Brothers killer, yet Smash Brothers is still around. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl said they were the Smash killer. They're pretty much done. Like, maybe when you make a cool Smash Brothers clone, don't say that you're better than Smash. And I think that you'll avoid the curse of, like, having your game shut down. I think there's something about if you invoke the name of Smash Brothers in a derogatory way, Smash comes after you, like the ghost of Smash. I don't know. There's been too many companies that have called themselves the Smash Brothers Killer only for them to go out of business. Or, like, their games to get canceled. I don't know. I think there might be something to it. It's happened to 3 other, like, Smash Brothers clones now, so I don't think we could say it's a coincidence anymore. Ah!
You did it, Red.
I've fought worse.
Good job, Blue.
I think I'm getting even stronger.
Aha!
You won.
Go to sleep, Kaya. No worries. Oh, please stop with the creepiness in front of my screen. Nice. I would say if anyone is saying this game is a Smash killer, Halo killer, COD killer, etc., there's a good chance that the game will be shut down. Yeah, I believe so. Great job, Destroyer. Creepy. Would I consider Aquaman to be an overrated hero? I'd say underrated. Aquaman didn't appear that much. Well, no, Aquaman appeared a lot in the 90s, but maybe now you guys have Aquaman fatigue because of Jason Momoa, but Aquaman was really cool in the 90s. He had a hook for a hand. Anybody else want to play? I need to set up my my streams for tomorrow. Yep, later Nova. June 5th is our Switch 2 coverage. So next week. Whoops. You just don't see the hype for Aquaman? Like I said, Aquaman was really interesting in the 90s. I think that Jason Momoa, like, was just like Jason Momoa playing Aquaman. Kind of like how Jack Black plays the same character in every Jack Black movie. I think that's what the problem was with Jason Momoa. He's a very larger-than-life, like, character actor. Or, like, actor in general. Like, he's very, very loud and very in-your-face. That's just the type of actor he is. Very expressive. A lot of energy. I don't know if Aquaman was a good pick for him. I think that he would make a great Lobo. I think the guy who should have played Aquaman should have been the dude who played his brother Orm. I think the guy who played Orm would have been a really good Aquaman. More of a comic-accurate Aquaman. Jason Momoa is just... He's got, like... I don't know. He just has that villain face. It's just like when I look at him and I see like the way Jason Momoa is, it's like he looks like Lobo to me. He's always looked like Lobo to me. And the fact that he really likes Lobo, I don't think that's, you know, a mean thing to say. Nobody took Aquaman seriously in the 90s? Yes, they did. Aquaman was a very serious character in the 90s. He was a very popular comic book character in the 90s. Yes, he was. When will we see Jason Momoa as Aquaman? Or as Lobo? Probably the Supergirl movie. You want to do one more? Yeah, let's do one more. I've had a long day of streaming today, guys. Oh, somebody else invited me. I haven't played with this guy. I haven't played with this person. One sec, I need to set up my stream for tomorrow. So, wait, is tomorrow's Marvel Rivals, isn't it? Yep, tomorrow's Marvel Rivals. Oh, boy. Well, considering Mario Kart gets more views than... Shoot, I don't know what to do. Tomorrow's Ultron. Yeah, tomorrow's Ultron. I don't think I can do Fantasy Life tomorrow. I don't know. I don't think so. Unless Amber's doing Ultron in the morning. I think I'm doing Ultron tomorrow. Is Ultron the 30th or 31st? Is a very good question. I think Ultron is tomorrow. Yeah, we're starting to wind down. All right, go back. Yeah, Ultron is tomorrow. That's what I figured. Yeah. If the Supergirl movie even happens, because the Superman movie is going to bomb, I don't think it's going to bomb. I think the Superman movie is going to do about as good as I don't know. I have a feeling that the Superman movie is going to do about as well as Man of Steel. Maybe a little better. Or maybe not anywhere near it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to do BVS numbers. I don't think so.
Guess it's time to fight.
Thank you, Red Hood. Yeah, Ultron is tomorrow. Okay. So the 3:30 stream will be Ultron. Wait, what time does Ultron drop? Does Ultron drop in the morning or does he drop in the afternoon? I mean, I sleep in the morning, but... Whack. I have a big head. Ah, why?
Justice will come for you. I know my target.
Oof.
No.
Don't need jokes.
Da da da. Whoa!
You lost.
I couldn't get past that, dude. That was a ranked guy anyway. That was a ranked dude. We don't have a time for Ultron though, or we do? 2 a.m. 2 a.m. PT. What's that? Is that California time? Sleep for 18 hours till 4 p.m. Oh, I am planning on getting some sleep tonight, yeah. I'm thankful we got super chats today because we were in deep trouble. And also, this stream got 2,000 views, so that's good.
Time to say good night.
It's been a while since we got 2,000 views on a live stream. While it was live. Whoa. So long, multiverse. Sorry, Velma player, I'm getting kind of, groggy. Said groggy. I made up a word. I'm getting droggy here. I thought the word is groggy. I'm just droggy. Jeez.
Now it's personal.
Now it's personal. Yes, I'm shutting down.
My sword is ready.
Making up words at this point. Oh no. Oh, too many streams today, guys. Too many streams. Oh my gosh. Making up words. Whoops! Somebody save me. Up. These guys are not better than us, and I'm losing it. Oh crap.
You did it, Red.
Wah! Okay, the Gizmo player is really good.
Good job, Blue.
Gizmo player is very good.
Must try harder.
Whoops. Ah, Gizmo player got me.
Sorry.
Did I make up a word? I might have made up a word. Try one more with Velma. I made up a word. Cool. Droggy. To mean... I don't know. I don't know what the definition of droggy is now. It's a word. And it's a thing. It's a feeling. When you're exhausted. But you're more exhausted than groggy. You're droggy. I don't know.
Time to exact some justice.
You're just going through the emotion or the motions. You're droggy. Yeah. I don't know. I am not gonna miss all the Samurai Jack players online. So many Samurai Jack players. Whoa.
I can feel the power.
Oof. Uh-oh. I didn't see the... Still alive.
These tricks are starting to annoy me.
Wow, they are edge guarding hard.
It's not your time. Like water.
Oh, I thought I was going to come back from that. I guess not.
Good job, Blue.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
You lost. Sorry. All right. I think that's it. There you go, people. It's been real. But that's the end of Multiversus. Ow. I did a proper send-off. I said I would say goodbye to this game. I said goodbye to this game.
You've got my attention.
You've got my attention, that's right.
What do you need?
Am I leaving tomorrow to go camping for the weekend? I don't know, are you? Oops. It's over for Batman. There we go. There's a fun title. I don't know. R.I.P. Multiversus. Yes. In the comments, tell me what you thought about Multiversus. We did a lot with this game. I don't even remember how many videos, live streams we did. So many. I have to make a cool Ultron. No, I'm done playing, whoever that is. I'm done. That's the end.
What do you need?
What do I need? The last skin that anybody's going to see is going to be for you. Batman 89 was fun. But everybody loves the animated Batman. Yes.
I am the knight.
That's yep.
What do you need? Batman.
There it is. There's the nostalgia we needed.
I bet you could use my help.
Cool beans. Alright guys, you take care. I have to make thumbnails for tomorrow, figure out what I'm streaming, and it's all over for Batman and Multiversus. He is gone. If you guys want to help support the channel, you can always check out a video I did today talking about the games that 20% of games that won't work on Switch 2. It's kind of fun. Sad to say, but you played the game recently? Oh, I'm so sorry. This was one of your favorite games that came out in this era? Yeah, I think this was a pretty good game from the 2020s. The 2020s era. Not bad. All right, guys, take care. Have a great night. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for the super chats. And I will see you guys for Ultron at 3 o'clock. God bless. Happy gaming. Have a great night.